10 routes to real estate failure. This is how to fail in real estate. This style of communication, by the way, comes from Charlie Munger. He's the long-term business partner of Warren Buffett, a billionaire in his own right, and in his marvelous publication, Poor Charlie's Almanac, he says, invert, always invert. In fact, he's got a graduation speech that he gave to high schoolers on the 5 ways to have a miserable life. How's that for a graduation speech? So we're going to do the same thing here. 10 routes to real estate failure. Route number 1 is to have a victim mentality. So that means you blame circumstances, other people, other situations for your shortcomings, for your lack of results. You could blame people closest to you, like your family. You could blame politicians, blame Trump, blame Biden. You could blame the circumstances. Maybe the interest rates are rising or the market's crazy in your area. The key to this mentality is that because it's something or someone else's fault, you don't have to take any responsibility for your lack of results. It's everybody else's fault. This is a surefire way to fail in real estate. The second route to failure is to argue your limitations. That is to dwell on, focus on, fixate on what you can't do. So whether it has to do with your lack of money or your lack of experience or your lack of connections, the key here is that you only focus on all the things you can't do. And you've got to completely ignore anything you can do. Focus on what you can't accomplish. That is what arguing your limitations is all about. And it's a great way to fail in real estate. Route number 3 for real estate failure is to recognize short-term issues and challenges as a sign, as a signal that long-term you're going to be a failure. So therefore you need to quit now. So that means that anytime you run into these early problems as you're embarking on real estate, you need to recognize that as the reason why you need to get out now and not continue. Now that would be a lot different from, let's say, Thomas Edison when he was trying to invent the light bulb. If you recall, he said that he found 1,000 ways not to invent a light bulb. So he looked at all of those short-term issues as a sign that he needed to make some adjustments to his next attempt. But not you, because you're trying to fail. Instead, you look at a few short-term issues and anticipate that that's just a sign of what's to come, and that's a whole lot more failure. All right, well, if you want to learn more about this side of failing, I have a great video on 7 traits of great real estate investors, and so you can go more in depth on those. But now we're going to switch gears for the next set of this 10 and go more specific into real estate. A 4th route to failure is don't spend money on marketing. Don't spend money to find new deals, to generate leads. In fact, build your whole business on the free model, right? Referrals and networking and wholesalers and agents. Find all your deals for free. That's a fantastic way to fail. And by the way, I actually have a video on why profit is a good thing and why that matters to you. I think it's one of the most important videos anyone in business should ever watch. And so if you're going to go the free model, great way to fail. Route number 5 to failure is don't follow up. So when you talk to that individual for the first time, if you don't get it immediately under contract, you don't immediately get a deal done, then just like Kevin O'Leary with Shark Tank, they are dead to you. Don't follow up. Don't call, don't text, don't reach out, don't find out if things changed. One and done. They are dead to you. Which, by the way, interestingly enough, I have a video on a magic bullet for more deals, and it's literally just to follow up. It's cheap and it works incredibly well, but we're trying to fail here. So don't follow up. A 6th route to failure is to do deals you don't understand. I'm talking dive right into a major rehab that's going to require a whole lot of different contractors, different permits, and because it's an older home, a lot of retrofitting. Dive into one of those deals. That's a great way to fail. In fact, I have a book, Real Estate Investing Gone Bad, where I describe 21 stories of what not to do, and the foundation of almost every single one was doing deals that that person did not understand. So again, this is a phenomenal way to fail. I mean, it's just boom. Take on something you don't understand at all, and that'll put you right into the lion's den to get chewed up. The 7th route to real estate failure: do everything yourself. Because if you want something done right, how's it go? You gotta do it yourself. So that means if something needs to be fixed up at a house, don't hire a contractor. No. You got YouTube. You can watch the video on how to replace the countertops, how to paint, how to install a vinyl plank. Right? Well, what if you need help with legal issues or accounting? You've got Google these days. You don't need to hire a professional. You don't need a mentor. You can just Google it. Look, everything done yourself, including administrative tasks. Don't hire an assistant. Do everything yourself. That's a fantastic way to failure in real estate. Especially considering real estate's a team sport. So if you can see the me in the word team, you're on a great path to failure. Route number 8 for real estate failure is time the market. So what you'll do is you'll sit on the sidelines when everybody else is very exuberant, because you know that one day you'll be laughing when they're losing. You're going to lie low and you're going to wait to buy at the perfect time, and then you're going to sell at the perfect time. So you're one of those types that in 2018 and 2019, you saw the correction coming. So you pulled out. You sold your assets. You sat on that cash. And you watched that pandemic roll out knowing that this was perfect timing. And then the real estate prices went up by an average of 50% in less than 2 years. And now you know you're on the right track, because it's going to be a huge explosion. It's going to implode way down. So you're going to continue to time that market. You're going to sell high, and then you're going to buy higher. And you're not going to know if you bought or sold at the right time, because you're timing the market, which you're unable to do. And that brings up my video, the best way to time the market, which is, spoiler alert, don't. All right. So what I love most about number 8 is this is kind of like in baseball when you go up to the plate and you strike out because you didn't swing. It's a great, great, great way to fail. Route number 9, expect instant results. You see, real estate takes a while to not only close, but to build a pipeline and do a lot of deals and make a lot of money and have great results. So by setting expectations of instant results, it's a great way to fail, because you're gonna fail, right? You set these high marks, you have these big goals, these huge goals in the next 2 months, you're not gonna hit them, so you're gonna feel like a failure and you're gonna quit. So this is a great way to fail, is to set these really high expectations for instant results, and that will ensure failure. And the 10th route to real estate failure is quit. That's a guaranteed way to fail. All right, y'all, well, I hope you had some fun here with this video, and I guess if you didn't, I had fun putting it together. I'm Phil Pustiowski with freedommentor.com. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a real estate mentor to many of the most successful real estate investors all across North America. And hopefully you haven't fallen into the trap of any of these 10. But even if you avoid them, it doesn't mean you're going to be an incredible success story. There's a lot more to it than that. For some of you, that means a start with this book here, How to Be a Real Estate Investor, which I give away for free here on these videos. So make sure you grab a copy of that. But for others, you've already been through that. You've watched a lot of my videos. And for you, the next step is to consider joining my apprentice program, where my coaching team and I, we transform, in some cases, complete beginners into first-class, market-leading, money-making machines, real estate investors that dominate their local area. And we can do that for you. So consider my apprentice program. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts on this style of video, and I'll see you on the next one.